Chauncey T, and welcome back to our week one of the 2022 NFL season. Um, this game was a road of emotions, a roller coaster of emotions. Um, let's be for real. If I watched the game from start to finish, it it was, I wouldn't say back and forth, but if the Titans did not make any mistakes in the first quarter and second quarter, that six you see in the second quarter could have been 14, and this game could have been 21-0, because that entire first half, it was a it was a demolish. It was not pretty. I think Daniel Jones got sacked maybe four times that entire first half, maybe five. I'm not sure, but it was like 4 or 5 sacks. That entire game. Like, Daniel Jones was getting under rest. We weren't moving the ball. Here's the thing: the Titans front line defense is great. No question about it. They are great. But I'm looking at myself thinking, oh my gosh, another deja vu. Daniel Jones fumbled the football. It wasn't his fault. I know people say it's his fault, but the thing is, we had three linemen on the left side, and then one of them just came through, all three of them, and he just blindsided hits him. So it's not that terrible, but he did make a mistake later on in the game, and I'll get that later. Daniel Jones, overall, he did play a great game. He didn't really turn the ball over. He did, but I'll talk about that later. But he honestly played a balanced game right now, and that's what we need for him, for Daniel Jones, just to play a balanced football game. Don't rely on your arm. You have a run game at the moment. At the moment of time, it does right now, but the run game is the offensive line and the run game is getting to a point where it's like, okay, we're getting we're getting we're not getting beat on the line of scrimmage and getting loss of 3 or loss of 4. We're actually getting like 4 yards, 5 yards here. But in the first half, that was not there at all. It was a complete shutout. Like, the Giants couldn't move the ball past the 50 at all. The Giants, they were just. I was watching 2021 again, where it was just check downs and a lot of not. It was just not good. But at the end of the day, Deion Jones was 17 with 21, 188 yards and 2 touchdowns and one pick. But the thing is, if you ever watch the game, he played great in the first half, regardless if even though we didn't score any points. And then the second half, he um he snapped, because they had to do something, because honestly I thought this game was kind of over at some point. It just didn't feel like we were going to do anything. Saquon Barkley had a tremendous game. That second half where he ran that 85-yard run down the field to put us in position to where he scored the following touchdown to make it 6 to, unfortunately, 6-13. It should have been 7-13, but we botched out the kick. But in the PAT, but it should be 7-13. But that run right there was some livelihood for the Giants, because that game was gonna be not pretty if you know we didn't get any type of momentum in that part. Um, Later on, uh, we we can retain Tannehill and Derrick. I'm surprised we contained Derrick Henry, because Trey Crowder with that humongous hit, that I think made a statement to where it's like, we're not going, like, he might get 5 yards, 6 yards after this, but we were gonna break. We did not let them get over 100 yards. I was surprised at the end of the game that Derrick Henry wasn't there. But hey, here's what it is. Um, because in the first quarter he was doing Derrick Henry stuff. He was beating us on the line. We couldn't really get him in the backfield. It was just a lot. You're trying to tackle a big guy that's over 200 pounds. Like, nah. Um, um, Kadarius Tony, didn't, he was in the game. He did a lot, wheel routes and stuff like that. But uh, I feel like as week goes on, we're gonna get Kadarius Tony into a rhythm. Uh, Richie James was a big factor in this game to where he had completion. He did drop a pass that could have extended the drive, but um, he stepped up when needed most. Um, Kenny Galladay, at the time, I think he wasn't a big factor because they were covering really well. So I feel like as time goes on, when like Sterling Shepard makes a more impact, and our next receiver, because unfortunately Wayne Dale Robinson are unfortunately rookie draft pick unfortunately got hurt. Um, uh, he's on MIR. Yeah, it'll take day by day, so it's gonna take a minute. So we gotta see what goes on from here and on the future and stuff like that. Um, the defense overall, I think, I mean, for overall we played good. We didn't get a lot of sacks on Tannehill because they have a good front, but we didn't get. I wouldn't say we didn't get pressure, but we didn't give enough pressure. It was like a kind of like a half and half. We got pressure. We bat some balls down, especially late in the game. It was kind of like a back and forth. Like we're not getting pressure, but we're not getting any sacks. You know what I'm saying? We are getting pressure, but not getting any sacks. So it's like, and because I feel like with Ryan Tannehill, if he would have made some of these throws, the game would have probably been over. Because there were some throws he had, little corner route, little inner route, like it was just missed throws, behind or just not on not on the numbers. So it was just kind of just like, we were fortunate that their mistakes have us. Their mistakes led us to be in this game because it was kind of just like, hey, this was like Aaron Rodgers being under the center with the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, he wouldn't make miss those throws, even though he struggled against the Vikings that game. And the Vikings are a better team, so I won't say that Aaron Rodgers was not going to struggle. But the Vikings are a better team. But back onto the New York Giants. Trey Crowder made an impactful game. Um, our corners stepped up when they needed most. Uh, you know, at the end of the day, our defense didn't. We bend a little bit, but we didn't break because we kept them for only 13 points in the first half and gave up that one touchdown. That I thought we should have never gave up that one touchdown in the first place. Because honestly, like it was first and 20. I think at the New York Giants like 20. I think if Trey Crowd would have figured out that it wasn't like there was that was like the running back was going towards the sideline. I think we stopped him for a field goal, and the game is a lot different because at that time it's only 13-16, and we're not going to be in that position where we had to score a touchdown to win the game. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the Titans found a way to score a touchdown. It was 20-13. Uh, After both teams failed to do anything with their possession, the Giants punt. Uh, I forgot what the Titans punt returner was. Um, Kyle Phillips. Uh, Unfortunately, he muffed it. He muffed the ball. It was life for the New York Giants because uh, it was life for the New York Giants, and it started. I thought at least some points on the drive, but unfortunately, Daniel Jones. I guess he either Daniel Jones or Saquon Barkley. I guess didn't get the memo. I think it was supposed to be a back shoulder pass, but it was kind of like he threw it towards where the defender, because those back shoulder pass is either the receiver or no one else. It just goes out of bounds. But I guess he threw it too inside, or Saquon Barkley didn't know that it was a wheel route because he kept running. He didn't like he stopped. He didn't like he stopped behind before Daniel Jones threw the ball. It was kind of like he it was not organized, like you can say. It was not good. So unfortunately, it goes to a pick, and we don't get any points on that drive. Um, we stop Tennessee again. We get an opportunity because I think if we don't score on that, last minute drive to at least, when I say tie the game, or at least have a chance to tie the game, we were probably gonna lose that game because they're not gonna give us the ball back. I don't think so. But we um we drove down the field. He had some crucial catches, crucial plays. Um, you know, uh, at the end we scored a touchdown. At the end, um, it was 19-20. I was debating on going. I was in my mind. I'm thinking, should they go for two? The coach, Ryan Dable, he said, screw it, going for two. I mean, you might as well, because this team at this point, I mean, you gotta prove that this team isn't just it isn't for nothing really. So, in my mind, I'm thinking going for two. I know it seems ridiculous, but you know, Brian David wants to make it state that he's the coach for this franchise. Um, but in my mind, I'm thinking like, let's just play for the tie, see if we can go to overtime. But the thing is, they did at the time they do it was a minute left on the clock with the Titans with one timeout. So uh, I can see that why they went for two. But and they would have to score a field goal anyways. I just thought to myself, yeah. But um, that play for the 2 point conversion was like a Patrick Mahomes, Andrew Reid, like pitch and catch to Saquon Barkley making an incredible juke to get to the end zone for that 2 point conversion was really crucial because he played lights out that entire game. I won't believe it. Um, Evan Neal, Andrew Thomas in the front line. It, you know it they were playing great, not tremendously because the Titans had a great defense. So I'm not gonna take any away from that, but the Titans, I feel like as we goes on, we're going to see more from Evan Neal. See if Andrew Thomas can keep that left side straight, and our front three, center, left guard and right guard can just get into a set because with Daniel Jones at that time, he actually like had a pocket. Unfortunately, the first half wasn't a pocket, but the second half he actually had a pocket. Looked around, saw his receiver, and made some crucial throws. So that was a good thing about it. But at the end of the game, I thought when they was blitzing like a lot, I was like, okay, please, because if you blitz with like no safety help in the back, if it's anything in the middle in the field and just no one in the either the corner linebacker misses the tackle, that's a wrap. So I was kind of scared why they kept blitzing, but at the end of the day, the Titans did throw down the field. We did have some crucial penalties to extend the drive because we had some bad balls go to fourth and fifth or fourth down and five or third down or fourth down and five twice, I think. But unfortunately, we had penalties that on the defense to cut the drive going for the Tennessee Titans. But at the end of the day, the Titans found a way to get to it in field goal range. And then I swear to God, I was on my knees, and when that ball went up and was slightly going to the left and went behind, I I popped up. I swear to God, bro. The Giants don't ever win a game winning have never won an opener in 6 years, and that's when we first played against I swear to God, though. First game the Cowboys. I swear to God, though. I thought the Giants were gonna reel me in and be like, "Nope, you're gonna lose." But they found a way to pull it off. It wasn't a pretty game from start from the start, but we found a way to overcome the Titans from not capitalize on our mistakes. So um, overall stats, we had more passing yards than the Titans. That was at the end of the game. I mean, not passing yards, total yards. Sorry, rushing yards as well. We didn't really convert a lot of third downs. That was basically in the first half, unfortunately. Um, we had 5 sacks allowed, and that was all in the first half. I'm going to say that same thing. Penalties, not really a lot of crucial penalties, but in the game it started to add up. So unfortunately, I wouldn't say we had to fix that, but it was just readjustment at that time. So yeah, it was kind of like a back and forth game, you know. And at the end of the day, a win's a win. It wasn't the prettiest win, but this is like a small guinea step forward to see if this team can, I wouldn't say be elite, but can play as one, play for 4 quarters. They can compete in a game? Because the Giants in the past couple of years could have been scored that damn touchdown if they wanted to. So it was so hard or compete if they wanted to. It was so sad to watch sometimes. But you know, my goal at the end of the year, I want to see this team compete. So where it's like, because at the end of the day, who knows if Daniel Jones is gonna be our guy or Saquon Barkley might be next year? Who knows? We got a lot of players that have to step up from their rookie year. Kenny Galladay, can he make an impact to this franchise? Can Sterling Shepard stay healthy for who knows how long and make an impact to this team? Can the defense make crucial stops when they need it most? And most of them in the backfield are kind of young. Some are young, some are learning. So it's going to take some time. So um, that's That's what basically we are right now. Next week we're playing at home against the Carolina Panthers. It's Baker Mayfield. That'll be a tough opponent. He just came off a loss against his former team. He's gonna play with fire. Um, they might have been struggling throughout the entire first half of the Panthers, but next week they're gonna play with fire. So we're going to have to, you know, play with pride, play with some spirit, and get after Baker Mayfield. So yeah, that's all for today. That's all for my reaction. Week 1. We'll see you down week 2 against the Carolina Panthers. Can we go 2-0? I hope so. But hey, who knows what's gonna happen? All I want from me is a 60-minute fight, not a 15-minute fight and then call it a day. That's all I want. That's all I want. I want more. Of course, I want more. But for me, I just want a competitive fight from beginning to end. Because I know in the future games, there's gonna be that 1 or 2 games where you're complete garbage from both sides, and it's a blown out or it's just not good. It happens, but I just want to see more competitive than what I saw the past couple of years. So yeah, I'll see you on week 2.